Hey everybody, Kadono here. Let's get going on this game of Civilization. Now, like I said before, we're not going to actually start the game today. We're going to open up some options. Since these series tend to be pretty long, we want to make sure that we're happy with everything. So, we had more votes for Carthage than anything else. I was kind of tempted to go with Japan because of a thing there, and I think that could make for some interesting naming. We can do some interesting stuff with Japan, but maybe next time, right? Like we can. There's always more than one round. Things I want you guys to consider is a good leader name. Since I'm not female and we're gonna role play this as me being the leader, I'll have to be the advisor or the council or whatever. But we should figure out what the leader name is, or we can come up with like what my name will be, what we want the civilization to be called, if we want to call it something else. We can role play a bit if we want, have it be something other than that, and similarly we'll need these. Map type. Let's see. So I got the impression that you guys wanted a little bit more challenge, even if we're gonna have it on Prince. So I was thinking Shuffle can be challenging, but it isn't always. Shuffle also really messes with stuff. Might be interesting to do Tiny Islands. So let's go with Tiny Islands. We're going to set this to Prince. And so normally it would be 8 and 16 here, and that was what I'm tempted to go a couple of different ways here, so I'm going to kind of try to split the difference and have 7 civilizations and 20 city-states. Right? So that's going to make things kind of interesting. Since you guys didn't give me any preference, we're going to go with 4 billion years. We're going to go with normal rainfall and sea level medium. I do not see an option in Tiny Islands for legendary start, so we're not going to do that. This is set to quick. Don't know how that happened. And there we go. We're going to do all... These keep turning on. We're going to do all victories except time. We may consider doing something like the 5 victory challenge or whatever. But here's the plan, right? So I'm going to start the game, going to save quick, move around a couple of turns to kind of see what the map is like, and then back out to the menu and do it again. We'll do it 3 times. All right, so click start. Make sure everything is right. It looks like it is. All right. Here we go. Loading. Come on. You can do it. There we go. So we're going to save. This kind of loses a little bit of effect since they're just tiny islands. We're going to call this... If I can get the keyboard to work. There we go. Carthage 1. We can again change the name later. This is just the save file. Save. Alright, so we're just gonna explore our tiny bit of island here. See what we have around. I know normally you wouldn't do that with your... Okay, so this is probably as much view as we're gonna get. So look at this. We've got marble over here. We've got some pearls, some sheep, a handful of fish resources, some more pearls, some deer. Some extra production around, but that, not a whole lot. If there are any of the UI interface elements you want turned on or off, that I can do as well. So we have our save. I just want to make sure we do. Yep, Carthage 1. So let's back out to the main menu and do it again. Single player setup game. Now this should all be the same, but I'm going to make sure. 7. Oh, see, there's 8 now. Was there 8 before? Did that change? Well, we'll make it 7. And we'll see what happens. Well, I can just leave those on. It doesn't matter. Well, we'll turn them off. Alright, start game.
Blessings and salutations to you.
So this is a good unit for tiny islands because we have some... we get free harbors, which is handy in settling cities. Okay. So let's take a look at this place. We'll run him south. Or them, I suppose. A settler is going to need both male and female people, eh? And I forgot to save. So we're we're going to load the autosave. Yep, load game. Because I'm an idiot and I got ahead of myself. Okay. This episode is going to be a lot of loading screens. I apologize. Okay, we're going to call this. For some reason, I can't click at the end. Carthage 2. Save. Turn the game. Now we can look around. Okay, we're just going to move around a bit, see what's here, see if we like this one better. I'm going to guess already that we do, but hey, that's not for me to decide. Alright, so let's just get one more move in, and then decide. I'm guessing this is all just going to be jungle. Okay, we've got some bananas. We have cows, we have more pearls, fish. More stone. Stone instead of marble this time. More stone over here. You know, you can kind of take a look here and see if you like the resources. See if a particular spot on here looks like, oh, we do have marble and stone. So this actually has an extra luxury resource that we can use. So that'd be nice. Alright. I'm only going to do 3. And I know that's going to make this also just a really short video. And I apologize for that. I promise the next video will be much longer. These setup episodes, it's really difficult to do all this setup in one episode because you want to pick all of your options before, you know what I mean. It's easier to do it the way we're doing it, even though it takes a little bit longer. So back this off to 7. I'm going to leave those on just to speed things up. Well, we can wait. I appear to have sound completely off though, which I didn't mean to do. Can't hear the guys moving around, but I'll fix that for the next video. Alright. I do have the music off on purpose because I don't want to get caught by the content ID stuff, but we should have sound effects. Medium, normal, okay, yeah. Start.
Blessings and salutations to you, revered Queen Dido.
Do.
Of the legendary kingdom of Carthage.
So we're probably not going to be able to use this elephant. I'm guessing. Maybe not with tiny islands, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we have more strategic elements on this map. I'm going to save, so I don't forget that again. Okay. Carthage 3. And I'm not going to do like one turn and ask you guys what to do after every turn. It's going to be a little bit more strategic than tactical after this for what I ask you guys. But make sure we have all 3 games here. Yeah, we do. But I figured for this first set of stuff, again, since we're going to be here for so long, we might as well like what we've got. Okay, so we've got deer out here, and if we settle, here, we have access to the deer, right? So that's good because it's 3 squares away, so we can get at it eventually. Let's look over that way. Okay. All right, we've got an abundance of copper, spices, wheat. I don't think wheat does anything more than just food. If it does, I'm unaware. Maybe it does give you happiness. If it does, then let me know. Okay, we've got sheep. Well, we already had sheep. We have more sheep. I don't think this island is big enough for 2 cities, though. And I'm not sure it starts out... So, where did we start out? Right here? I think? If we start out here, we don't get... Let's take a look. If we start out here, we don't get this copper or the sheep. But if we take a turn or 2 moving to, like, here, so we get everything on this island, but we don't get those deer, that has its own problems, right? I mean, it's on a hill, so we're a little bit easier to defend. And we can send ships through the city, which would be nice. But that might not be worth it for this first city. But you guys, let me know what you think. We have these 3 options. I'm gonna back out to the main menu and just talk at you guys for a second. Sorry for the second very short video, but I promise the next ones will be. I'll be probably making these 20 to 30 minutes, closer to the 30-minute side, is what I was thinking. Just paranoid about these saves here, and so tell me which one you like. If my video editing skills are any good, All three of them should be on the screen now. And if I figured out how these freaking annotations work, you should be able to click one of the three to vote on it, right? Kind of like the, up poll, right? However, I may not have this figured out quite how I expect I do. We'll know after this episode for sure. But if you could click on the one you want and also go down in the comments and just pick 1, 2, or 3. I'll have them labeled and tell me which one you like. And if there are any other like strategies, like, hey, you should move this unit to this hex, use kind of directions like cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, when talking about like where we should move, if we should move. Give me some ideas for what kind of opening strategies you want to use. Should we do, obviously we don't want to do the old scout monument, right? Because there's no point even having a scout right away. Do we go straight to sailing? Or do we try to capitalize on our nearby resources first when it comes to research? Because sailing is going to be incredibly useful, and getting up to where we can have our units go to other islands is also going to be important. And let me know what you think. And again, we'll see you guys, and we'll get the game going full throttle next time.